And we're live! Welcome!
Wow.
Holy hell. Welcome to episode 200. And I can't even do the numbers anymore. 201. What was this? That was the invitation of Dave. That's Dave on a Friday. Anyway, welcome. We've made it to high quality content. You are not missing a whole. Actually, you're missing tons. Thank you all for coming out. It is, of course, the Crafty Boys. We're here to talk about beer, drink some beer, and talk about other stuff. I have a suspicion we're talking about Ms. Pac-Man today, but that's okay. We also have other big news. Huge, massive, can't believe this is happening news.
But you gotta stay tuned to the end to hear
That's right. Wait till the end. You'll be shocked at what happens. My God. Thank you all for coming. If there's anybody watching, who knows? Who cares? Okay, so this beer this week is I don't know what the heck this really is, how to describe it, but it's by Parallel 49. The Apricotopus. It is a apricot lager. Now, here's the thing. We're concerned about the apricot.
Do we know that it's a lager?
Sorry. Did I say lager? I meant sour. Sour.
Yes.
Ixnay, the lager stay. It is a sour. So, we picked this one a few weeks back just because it was available and it was there and we all could get it as usual. But I don't know what this is going to be like. I'm assuming that is not the color I expected.
Full disclosure, I'm not a big fan of apricots, so we'll see.
I did not expect that color. I was expecting a bit more of a dark color, being that it's a sour, but that's okay. Sours don't have to be a particular shade of anything.
Okay, so there's my really bad pour. I've got a really bad pour.
I have really nothing, 0 head on mine. It's sticking to the sides a little bit, but hey, Peanut Gallery. The Peanut Gallery for the show comes to get their beer after it's been poured. It's right here. I'm holding it out for you. There you go, Peanut Gallery. So anyway, this beer is I'll read off the side because Parallel 49 always has a little tiny story. A little known fact about the octopus is that they love apricots and beer. Really? This lightly sour ale is made with apricots and fermented with lactobacillus for fruity tartness. It's going to make you wish you had more arms. So there you go. Again, pointing out the artwork on the can is actually, Parallel 49 never really fails to amuse us with their art. I like it. I'm impressed. And so, boys, let's go. I'm behind apparently. Oh yeah, that's sour, all right.
Yep.
But I'm not unhappy.
What? But you're not unhappy?
But I'm not unhappy.
Why?
Remember about 3 years ago? Where Beer Fest, which is happening this Friday, stay to the end and you'll be shocked. It was basically the year of the sour, and I remember actually being my stomach was quite unhappy, because the bulk of the vendors, it was 3 sours or 2 sours and then something else, and even the casks were sours. So I don't quite know why that became a thing, but it did, and I'm assuming it sold well. So,
and there will still be some sours, but I think for most people the sour craze has kind of run its course a bit.
So do you think it's now settled into its being a staple style of beer?
No, I don't think it's a staple. I think it's a fad that's dying, but it's kind of hanging on a little bit, especially especially for brewers that want to put a new twist on an old product out on the shelves. They can make a quick buck that way.
That's
one thing about
that's like all those young whippersnappers with their rock and roll. Yeah, it's a fad.
like I can appreciate a good sour, and this isn't the worst sour I've ever had, but it's not making me go, ooh boy. I mean, I'm not, jumping for joy here. It's good. It's not great.
Now, question: did you, if there was a sour, that just blew you out of the water, do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
Ooh, drum roll.
So I think it was one of the first sours that we did. It was from Spinnakers, I want to say.
Really?
And I remember this distinctly because Locke had suggested it.
Okay.
And we all had bottles, and when we opened them up, they all started flowing over and spilling everywhere. Like all of us had that.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. I remember the spillage. I don't remember what sour it was though. Dave, do you remember?
Well, I'm kind of wondering if it wasn't that Belgian thing. It was a small bottle.
No,
So
you're thinking of the Duchess de Bourgogne or whatever.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that one.
Yeah, you're thinking of the Ernst Borgnine beer made from his ashes or something. I don't know.
Duchess de Bourgogne. But anyway, that was episode 15, the lost episode.
Oh yeah,
but no,
which I eventually recovered.
This one was from Spinnakers, I remember, and it was Locke that picked it, and it was really good. It was really tasty once we cleaned up the mess. Yeah, that one jumps. That one jumps ability. Yeah, but I mean, and then I had this one sour. It was a sour key beer. I don't even remember who did it, and it didn't impress.
The sour key beer.
Yeah,
I am trying to remember.
I think it was just
going
me
back
that
into
had
our
it.
spreadsheet, by the way.
I think it was just me that had it.
Episode 15, Flanders Red Sour by Brewery. Verhaag Brewery. I think you're right. I think that is the one that exploded all over my desk.
No, the one that exploded was from Spinnakers. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Well,
that one really kind of sticks out at me. This one, I won't remember it. And to be honest, I don't even really taste the apricots. Do you?
No.
Not really, no.
No. And for me, that's a good thing because I don't like apricots. But it's hard to, market a beer that doesn't taste like what it says it will. And this is kind of like if I have a bone to pick with Peril 49, Peril 49 used to be one of my favorite breweries. And it seems like they just pump out new product all the time, and they don't really put too much thought into it anymore. I mean,
really?
It seems like they put more effort into the branding than they do the product inside. To me.
Well, there is no argument that they're very good at their branding. I mean, we always every year, you and I, when we do the Christmas thing, which I hope we will get one this year.
Mm-hmm.
They do an amazing job at each of the individual cans / bottles or the labels they're memorable. So it's not like they are just something to throw out and ignore. So, I mean, this one is no slouch. I mean, this is definitely, it's got a color, it's got a theme of the purple,
Right.
Of course, with the weird, You know what it
octopus.
reminds me of? Actually doesn't remind me of an octopus. It reminds me of the thing in the don't disturb the lake. That kind of thing. So yeah, I mean it's something I think is worth the time of people who want to consume a fine beer, a decent beer, a co-offable beer. That these labels will always consistently sort of catch your attention and drag you to kind of look at them.
Right.
Where we were really poo-pooing a certain brewery last week. A few weeks ago, that changed their branding to something that's so not eye-catching and blends in now. So,
Yeah.
Dave, if you were to put a creature on a can, what would be the first creature you would choose?
Unicorn.
I should have seen that one coming. You were going to say, Alan.
No, it wasn't important. Dave, what are your thoughts on this beer?
I, being the I guess the voice of the so-called non-beer person.
We just bring him here for the laugh factor.
Yeah.
He's the comic relief.
Couple of
The
yucks.
comic relief.
Yeah. The straight man. I don't mind this.
Okay.
Because
it is mild.
It is mild, yes. Yeah, and I think that's why it flies with me, because it's not a stronger sour.
Right.
There's no nasty aftertaste. So, yeah, what Shane said, it's pretty easy drinking. Put it that way.
Right. It is.
It's got a decent color. It's got it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish there was a bit more foam. To be honest, I wanted some more head on this, but
yeah.
Now
I will point out on the Peril 49 website, they have this kind of ingenious little thing. So if you go to the Apricot Sour Apricotopus page, down below, they have a little link that you can click on. It says Advanced Beer Drinkers, click here.
Where is this? I don't know why, but I just looked at the can right away. Where is this on the can? No, sorry.
I'll send you guys the link. And then maybe what we can do is afterwards we can put this in the description or something down below, so the people on YouTube at least can find it. But you get a spider web looking graph that shows how malty or hoppy or earthy or how much body or salty or sour it is.
Oh yeah, this is there's a name for that type of graph display thing, like it's weird.
So you can see all in one graphic whether it has a burnt flavor or it's bitter or it's more sweet or it's sulfury or malty or whatever.
I think my favorite now, just to give we'll put the link in the description, but the thing that I like is the linger metric. Does this beer linger? Now, in my mind, lingering is not something you want. Lingering is a beer you want it to, give you a nice mouth feel, a nice mouth taste to it, but to stick around, I don't know. I'm not totally on with that. I don't know. What about you? What do you guys think?
I guess it depends on whether you like it or not. I mean, if you like it and it lingers, great. If you don't like it and it lingers, I mean, that sucks. One thing I am going to point out here is that the sourness rated 7 out of 10 on their graph. I wouldn't give it a 7 out of 10. To me, It's not that sour. I'd probably give it a 4.
I'd say about a 5 or a 4. Definitely, it's not wowing us, right?
It isn't. To be honest, I would never buy this again.
What do you think there, Dave? Would you buy this again?
The options that we have.
No, I probably wouldn't. I mean, it's drinkable, and if somebody had it in their fridge and said, "Hey, you want some of this?" and that was all there was, sure, okay. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't think this would. It's kind of forgettable.
So you know what? Since this is our 201st episode, let's try something a little bit new. Okay.
Okay.
So if you were going to give this beer a rating from 1 to 5, where 5 is awesome and 1 is what would you give this?
I
don't know. I think I think that if I were to give this I kind of want to go just because it's fun to do. Dave, you start.
Give me a number, Dave.
Give you a number. Okay.
Between 1 and 5.
11.
11. All right.
Five's a little tough
Dave's gone
to work with
bye-bye.
as a scale.
Huh?
5's a little hard to work with as a scale, but
Why?
we'll go with 2.
2? That's what I was thinking, 2. So Shane, give me a number.
I'll go with 2 as well. It's a competent beer. I like it. It's got a bit of tart to it, obviously, since it's a sour, but it's not knocking it out of the park at all.
So
I'm wondering if you could
Apricotopus,
fly this with newbie drinkers. You know
That's
what I
actually
mean?
not a
You know
terrible
what?
comment. That's actually not a bad idea.
yes, but I think there are better options for newbie drinkers, and that would be the Duchess de Bournon.
Fair.
thing.
I love that one.
I would
Yeah.
far rather give that to a first-time sour drinker than this.
Mm.
And I think it's cheaper too. So this one gets a solid 2 out of 5 across the board from us. So there you go.
Now,
Next.
what we need to announce today, the biggest news I think this show has ever had,
Yeah.
is that this Friday is the 2019 Great Canadian Beer Fest in Victoria, British Columbia,
Shane
featuring
is wearing
almost
pants.
or just over 100 breweries are going to be in attendance, which is up from 60 odd last year. So I think it's going to be a bit of a zoo. But the big news is that I will be there, Alan will be there, my parents will be there, and so will my sister. My entire family is going to be there, which will be very interesting since my parents are not necessarily known to be beer drinkers. But I think
Or incredibly mobile.
or that too. But I think the biggest fun part about the whole thing is, I mean, it's going to be fun that they're there, but I have to say, out of nowhere, David, the man over here, right there, is coming to Beer Fest after we've been asking him to go and giving him plenty of warning. Thank you, studio audience. For how many years, Alan?
A few. Well, I've been going. This will be my 10th year. Shane, you've been going for at least 7 of those. So
yeah, this is going to be my. This is a very good question. I think this is at least my 6th, if not 7th.
Mm-hmm.
I used to actually keep count of what year it was, or what. Is it 1984? No. I used to keep count by actually every time I would go, I would leave the cups in my parents' house. And every year I would stack another one into it, but I don't know if it was there. I didn't stay there last year. But I think that this is at least my 7th. I'll say my 7th. I'm sure it's pretty much. But the whole plan, Alan, how do you survive at a beer fest where the beer flows more than you could ever drink in your lifetime? What is the first thing you have to do before you get to the event?
You have to eat. The greasier, the better. Shane and I have been going religiously to Fat Burger prior to it, but we both got food poisoning last year. So I don't know if we'll go to Fat
that kinda
Burger
sucked.
again.
But,
So we may go somewhere
Gentlemen,
else this year.
bin 4 happens to be a fine choice.
Bin
Bin
4
4?
is a very
What's
good
that?
choice.
What's that? Tell me more.
It's another burger place, like gourmet burger place. Yeah, I'd totally be into it.
Oh, it's so good.
Pizza would be good.
Where?
There's one downtown and there's one out in Langford.
Who goes?
And there's one over by Mayfair Mall too.
There's one on Granville Street at 14th.
Is there?
Apparently. Which of
Okay.
course, but now I have to look it up in Victoria.
So it's on Yates and Quadra, I think.
Yes.
Or no, Yates and
Yates. It's in the where the what is that?
London Drugs.
London Drugs is. Yeah, the mall there.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's where we'll go. So there you go, Dave. That's where we're going to be meeting tomorrow. The day after tomorrow.
Yes.
What time we're going to be there? Around 2:00 or so, just to make sure that we have enough time. I got to figure out the other logistics, but essentially, there you go. But yeah, this is a big year for us because Dave is coming, which means that all three of us will be there in one spot. Now, I have been preparing for this. I'm going to show you guys something.
Okay.
Where did it go? There it is. All right. So this device right here, this monster, was donated to me by a friend of mine who had to move out of the country. But this battery pack is going to be with me so that I can do a live stream on this system from the park. So from the place, when we're there, we are going to, I think, at least talk to you for at least 10 minutes or so. Depends.
That's all we need.
Sweet.
So that way we'll be able to actually hopefully give you something from the actual event, because I tried to do it last year. It kind of worked, but the streaming software didn't work very well. And the year before that was a disaster because we drank too much beer before we started. So I don't think
last year it rained.
Yeah,
so
which kind of sucked.
That was bad.
What's the weather tomorrow? The day after tomorrow in Victoria?
I checked. It's not supposed
over to you,
rain.
Alan. Oh, good.
The weather is supposed to be sunny with cloudy periods. 0% chance of precipitation. Yeah. Back to you, Wink.
This Thank you, Alan, from the Weather Center here in where the hell are in Victoria. We're now going to go over to sports with Dave in wherever the hell Dave lives. The local sports team is apparently attacking.
They're falling apart.
They're getting old.
It's bad. 80-year-olds dragging their asses all over the track here. It's ugly, gentlemen. It's really ugly.
It's like a sketch out of Monty Python. But yeah, so who knows? We'll find out what the hell happens on Friday, because we fly by the seat of our pants 99% of the time anyway. So overall, guys,
at least the people will be able to join us while we're having at least the first couple of beers.
Do you think Apricotopus will be there? I don't actually know. Does it? I can't remember now.
Parallel 49 will be there. I'm not sure about the Apricotopus.
And Dave, since it's your first year, do you have any questions for us people who have been there so many times now? And
it's almost like a Reddit thing, you know. I'm a Beer Fest pro. Ask me anything.
Well, I guess the only thing I was curious about was the tokens. You guys already answered that.
Okay,
yeah, well, essentially, yeah. When you get there, the tokens are money, and you have to buy a lot of them.
They're
else do you need to
$2
know?
each now. So if you give them over a 20, you'll get 10 tokens. That's enough for 10 beers. And the taster is small. This is one from Hypoxia, but it's exactly the same. It's 4 ounces. It seems really small. I'm going to hold it up against my head here so you guys can see it get for scale.
Yep.
It's really small. It doesn't seem like a lot, but if you consider 16 times 4 ounces is 64 ounces, which is the amount of beer that's in a growler. So 16 of these, and you've had the equivalent of a growler of beer. That's a lot of beer.
Yeah, so the tokens generally, I don't know, actually, maybe this year it'll be different. I don't know, because the Great Canadian Beer Fest was transferred. The old guard retired. They folded their society, and they gave the Great Canadian Beer Fest to Victoria Beer Society, who originally, and I think still is, running Victoria Beer Week. But
Yes.
since the change, I don't know are they going to be in like packs of 20? I don't actually know.
Well, I have a feeling they'll be in packs of 10, and you pay $20 for them, or you can buy single tokens for $2 each. You don't save money the more that you buy, so you can buy them one at a time if you wanted to. Waste your time doing.
So I think comfortably. I think I peter out around 10 anyway.
You know what?
But there have been years where I went all the way to 20. So
you know what? Well, there's been years where I've had almost 30. But the tokens were a lot cheaper.
Yeah, true. Because they used to be $1. They were actually no. The first time I went, they were $1.25. Then I went to $1.50, and then last year was $1.75.
No, it was $2 last year.
Okay.
So,
but yeah. So there you go. So basically, it's a drunk fest. I mean, to be honest, you drink too much, you fall down, people laugh at you, and then you do it all again the following year. So
I think
prepare your liver.
I'm going to cap myself at 15 this year. I'm not going to do any more than 15.
All right. Excellent.
And if you say you're going to cap yourself at 10, I'll believe it when I see it, because you'll have your 10th one like 2 hours in, and you'll still have 3 hours to kill.
This is a good point. I had thought, yeah, actually, because the event used to start earlier in the day. It's but last year they moved it back an hour, I think.
Yeah, to 4 o'clock, and it goes till 9.
And it goes till 9. So yeah, that'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. Dave, I certainly hope you're going to enjoy yourself, because you have to come again next year. And I thank you for coming this year. It's all your fault, Alan, for pressuring him so much. I had nothing to do with the pressuring of him.
Zilch, nothing. I personally, I don't see getting more than 10 in.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, well, for starters, I don't weigh near what you two do.
This is very true.
Are you calling me fat?
Duh.
Shh. Not fat, a big boned. It's glandular.
Wow.
My doctor says I have a problem.
My sister is watching our stream, and she says, by the way, she'll see us all there, Beer Fest, and yay to Dave. On that note, thank you all for watching. Make sure you tell other people about the show. There's all kinds of social media things you could do, like share out a link or two, subscribe to this channel, and whatever thing you're on, because we're streaming everywhere, mother truckers. Yeah. And so don't. Apparently, my mother will drink Dave under the table, so I'm very interested to see that happen. But anyway, thank you all again for watching, and make sure you come again next week, or the week after that, or you could dive into our YouTube channel, which has all 201 episodes, and find out what beer we like, find out what beer we hate, and I suspect Dave will be the barometer for all of those things. And as always, Alan, take us out.